What's going on, everyone? It's time for another horror thriller film review. Today we're going to talk about the movie Habit. It was released November 14th, 1997, and it was directed by Larry Fessenden, who, that sounds familiar. He worked on Good Boy, but he also directed The Last Winter, which I reviewed like last week. Wendigo and Deprived, sorry. This had a budget of only $200,000. So this is a low budget 90s vampire movie. So basically a guy who's basically broke up with, well, going through a divorce with his wife. His dad died and he's down on his luck, meets this interesting girl at a Halloween party, and she ends up he ends up being really interested in her, but she has some weird quirks, like she could only show up at night, has to be invited in, all your typical vampire tropes. And so it's up as the film goes on. He basically just has to figure out, is she a vampire? Is he just like really not thinking straight? And it's very well done. So this is actually a pretty well done movie. I was very impressed with this one. The characters are very rich and well written, and yeah, you really feel for the characters when things go out through this. The conflicts in it be minimal, but still very impactful in that. And the cinematography is really good, the acting's good, and overall, for a $200,000 budget, this movie is very surprisingly very well done. And yeah, I really enjoyed this movie. I thought it has a basic vampire premise to it, but still the way they explore each character and stuff like that just works very well. And there is some cheesy moments to it, like sometimes the vampires will just randomly disappear, which is kind of random. And they had a really amusing dog scene in a park, which was very comedic and funny. But yeah, overall, the serious tones, obviously, you could tell this is what, if you've seen the movie, you know it's basically an acronym for like, it's basically not an acronym, it's basically looking at like, it's almost like drug addictions and stuff. It has those similarities to it. And then, yeah, just the way they did it was very well done. Even the effects were pretty good in this, beside like the vanishing of the vampires and things like that. But overall, this is a pretty solid movie. I was pretty impressed with it. So I'm going to give Habit a 4 out of 5. I really enjoyed this one. And if this sounds like something you might be interested in, you want to check it out, it is streaming on Shudder, but also I'll link the trailer down below so you see what I'm talking about down there. Also, link down below is my Instagram, so I post clips of films I'm going to review in the future on my story. I usually put the film title in there and some fun factoid history thing in there as well. Also, my Letterbox down below at Derek P Reviews. That's where I post my first star rating after watching the films, and my Twitter's down below at reviews_Derek. So follow me on those platforms, stay with this channel. Like this video, share it so more people are aware of it, comment your opinions of the film down below if you have any. If you have any films or film franchises in any genre and on any streaming service that you want to hear my opinions on in the future, comment those down below too. I'll try my best to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. Make sure you subscribe. Hopefully we'll find something weird, obscure, and odd that you probably never thought of checking out together, and also soon hear my opinions on popular films, and I've come up with classic films and reviews on other things as well. And don't forget to ring that bell, because we're going to do a slasher horror comedy film review, and that's going to be called Glamping, which sounds weird, but surprisingly it's not too bad. I'll be talking about that in the next review, so make sure you tune in for that. Watch out for all those vampires trying to seduce us all, because, well, that sounds better than half the time these days. And I guess I'll see you all in the next review. So until then, cheers.